So, hello, I'm trying something slightly different today, and I wanted to get back to the Blade Runner case file generator and see whether I can actually construct my own case file. Lots of people have now, I think, played or are playing the Electric Dreams and are wondering when the next case file might come out. And because it always takes a little while for publishers to do these things, nothing has actually, as far as I am aware, been dated yet. The question is always, how can we actually keep playing Blade Runner without official case files? Well, the answer is, of course, you make something homebrew. But this is probably one of the most frequent questions I see on the internet as well. How easy is it to make a case file? To keep in mind, there's a case file generator in the book, but you need to keep in mind basically that for the players, that is the hook, that's the sort of thread, the red thread that they're following through. Whereas for the GM, it's just a vehicle for storytelling. And as the rulebook says, the core of the whole story shouldn't necessarily be these case files. It shouldn't be the case as such. You shouldn't make it overly difficult to resolve a case. But it's that it offers moments and vignettes and situations for the players to actually bring out the central themes about what is the world doing, how's the conflict going between humanity and replicants, how's the conflict going between the haves and the have-nots. Is it a story of corporate greed you want to tell? Is it something else? So with that in mind, I created a few case files here and I started naming them. And if you're going to be one of my players, you may not want to watch this. So the first one I called a case 2 because the first case file was Electric Dreams. Was the replicant spy. A major biotech company steals a competitor's patent by infiltrating the ranks with a replicant spy. That's the hook provided by the tables, and it's all beautifully done within Foundry, and I've shown you that before. But basically, if you wanted to use that, there's a little case file generator at the bottom. You click on it. Let me just show you that, and you get a whole write-up here that you can copy and paste into a journal entry. So this one would be: replicant mysteriously falls to the death at the seawall construction site. Okay, I'm not going to go for that one. So that's the first case, and I think I'm going to stick with that one. I had, just for variety, I'll show you a couple more what happened here basically when I rolled them. A counterterrorism bureau uncovers a terrorist plot by human supremacists. This one, I don't know. A top megacorp executive is revealed to be replicant, but the executive didn't know the truth. So a secret replicant story right at the top of a megacorp. Yeah, could be interesting. The next one I really liked. This one I have to do at some point. A retirement order has been filed for counterfeit Nexus 8 chef who killed the kitchen staff at a 5-star restaurant. Yeah, okay. I really like this. This has sort of Hell's Kitchen vibes on it, I think, about a slightly psychopathic chef who then turns out to be replicant malfunctioning. A long way down, a replicant mysteriously falls to the death at the seawall construction site. That's basically what I rolled again. And that might be a slight problem if you really rely on this case generator, that you actually get a lot of the same hooks. The joy of robbery, I called this one. A digital companion is accused as an accessory to a series of bank robberies. That sounds really intriguing as well, but might take a little longer to actually get my head around that. And then I made a German one here, which I did previously in one of my videos, which is an N8 registered in the RDU files as retired, is identified as an active leader of a radical replicant underground faction. And I was looking through it, and part of it is that we have a TV moderator as one of the key NSCs in here. And I was wondering whether they may be, this Libby Kozlowski may actually have been interviewing him or her, the leader. So, but anyway, just early stages. And then we had a casino heist, which I previously made. That's why the theme looks different. So, joint investigation with robbery division when a major casino heist suggests that replicants were involved. Yeah, okay. Why? What would they want with the money? Or that sort of stuff comes out. But that's basically what I was looking at. And you always get these twists, and you always have the finale, the location for the finale. The other locations, yeah, okay, they're okay, but the finale should be evocative. But let's go back to the first one. So, so far, what have I got? I've got a celeb, a glamorous celeb. I've got a bioengineer. I've got a biochemist, and that actually fits, doesn't it? The biotech company. I have a dancer. 2 people called Ava. It's not going to work very well, so that will have to change. And we have a security officer who might be from the company that has been robbed, of course. We've got a location, Vakasani Seafood and the Grand Central Market. That's quite evocative. We have a witness who saw something. We have somebody innocent being framed. We have an environment for the lot of red dust. The confrontation, that's a showpiece at the end in the shadow of a huge monument. So putting these 2 together evokes for me 2049 when they go to Las Vegas, these huge monuments there in the dust storm. So something like that. I'll maybe do something with that, but closer to LA maybe. Mood pieces, yeah, they're just there for that. Now, what I started thinking about here, and it's only starting, and I would be interested to hear your views on it, would be something like this. So the major biotech company would be Canaan Foods, Biofoods, Biotech, I think they're called. And then the rulebook is actually providing foodstuffs, for example, and growing things. Now, Wallace is also in the timeline as having, in the mid-2020s, made their patent for the slush, that protein slush that people eat, free. So that this needs to be something different to just the typical kibble that they eat. So is it human food? Is it premium food? Is it something like this? I initially thought on that. I thought, you know what would be much cooler if they actually, instead of having a new protein or something, or new technology for that, if they created a soil processing bacteria that actually could tidy up and clean up and make fertile soil again in combination with certain plants, because they might want to do sort of GM food, saying if you use the soil, you can only use our plants because they work together. So you can include something like that in there, some of that story in it. And for me, okay, the spy was sent in as a replicant. I was thinking, okay, is that from another corporation? Because that's what it says, a major biotech company steals a competitor's patent. Or is it possibly the replicant underground who gets in the middle of it? So maybe the major biotech company sends some replicant, but this replicant is actually not completely loyal to them, and instead wants to see this being passed across to the replicant underground, who might have a secret camp somewhere where they're trying to actually establish something. And the replicant underground are not all replicants. Yeah, so they have to feed people, they want to rebuild a better future, all that sort of stuff. So we've got this sort of triangle going on of something gone wrong, and that goes whether somebody has been framed for it. And maybe that the person, one of the 2 bioengineers here, or biochemists, who actually thought they were working for the other company, with the other company, then gets tripped up by the other biochemist or bioengineer, who organized the whole thing with the replicant underground. So that has the beginning of a nice story, of an interesting story in it. And then started looking at some of the comic books as well, and saw that Canaan Biotech features in the 2019 Blade Runner comic book. And with a corp, with an exec called Alexander Selvin. Don't want to spoil that too much for you, but the motto for the company was also mentioned as feeding the future. That was quite useful. Basically, there was a story there of a previous bioengineer who used to work for Tyrell 2019, who's now helping replicants. So that actually sounded like a good hook that I had thought of myself, so that I could replicate that. So I think that could be quite cool. Anyway, that's the outline of it all. I would have to see how I fit the witness in, or whether I change the witness, but the witness to what? Yeah, so I could actually see that the one that unhooks it, that it was not the other company that stole it, is that somebody observed a handoff of this sample. And that is my witness, a tattooed gang member, maybe. Something like that. Don't know. Anyway, first brief, first few minutes. What do you think? Has this got some legs? Do you want me to work this one up? Where do you see the story? Have you got any other ideas? Would be really interested to hear, and I want to keep these short. So thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you soon for the next one. Bye-bye.